could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me, and when they see me, they just dap me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this and make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one.
Top performers.
Yeah, we run one of the top teams. We've done about $500 million in sales since 2019. So,
Beautiful.
So always looking to expand, break into multiple businesses like yourself, right? You always can't be satisfied with just one thing.
Exactly.
So there's got to be an alpha business, that's the nucleus, but then there's got to be nexus all around. So there's got to be other businesses that tap into it.
Exactly.
So we realize that you've got title business, you've got mortgage business, you've got insurance business, inspection business, handyman services, security systems, but then it's all kind of revolving around real estate.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's why you got into it too, because there's so many other doors that open up.
Exactly. Are you opening up your own property management company as well?
Yeah, we actually have a small partnership with an attorney right now. It's a property management company, about 350 doors.
Beautiful.
And ultimately the goal is to build that to 10,000 doors, and then really have an opportunity for our team members who are brokers over here also to invest and set up some sort of REIT or whatever the case may be, and then also manage that as well.
Exactly.
So we definitely have like big goals. Our vision is to become the first $1 billion real estate team by 2028.
That's awesome.
And we're on track to do it. This year we're on track to do about $200 million.
Oh wow.
Last year we did about just under about $100 million. And since 2019 we've done about $500 million altogether.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Really good to know, man.
Tell me a little bit more about your business, the wholesaling. You're in car rental business, wholesaling. You got international, you got drop shipping, you got geofencing. Like tell me a little bit more about that.
So yeah, a few things that I do. I got started with wholesaling, right? So that's how I built all my capital. Once I built capital from wholesaling, I diversified, started buying rentals, right? So only rentals I buy. I don't buy stuff on MLS because you're buying at the top of the market. You're buying, So what I used to do.
with everyone as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I used to do when the deals were too good to be sold, I would just buy those, right? And the thing is, I don't take any interest, I don't take any loans against my religion. So what I would do, I was only buying in the south side of Chicago. So in the south side of Chicago, I was picking up properties for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, which is fairly cheaper than what you buy here in the north side. So that's what I was doing, picking up properties for cheap, and then just building my portfolio. As soon as I had 10 properties, I was like, hey, let me fix and flip, right? Let me build more capital this way. So that's what I got into. I got into fixing and flipping. We have about 6 going on right now. And the properties in the south side used to be 30, 40. Now they're worth $250,000, $300,000.
It's gone up quite high.
So all my properties that I had just 10x'd, right? Because I was buying it so cheap.
Yeah.
So we have, alhamdulillah, we have over 30 rentals in that area.
Yeah.
And man, with the capital, just started doing other things. I started my own rideshare company. I have about 73 cars.
Is that one of the platforms like Turo or one of those, or is it just
It's my own platform.
Your own platform?
Yeah, my own platform. I can show you how that.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
So how it is. So I had my attorney draft everything up for us.
Yeah.
So what we do, we actually help people that don't have vehicles that want to do Uber Eats, food delivery services. So, so these are all my cars in the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
Just roaming around.
What's the green, dark green dots?
The green basically means they're active. The ignition is on and they're working.
Got it.
And if you click, they're off. But I know where the vehicle is at all times. So if you click the green, it'll tell you how fast they're going, which area they're in. If you click details.
This is your own platform?
Yeah.
Wow,
So if you
very
click,
cool.
so this guy's going 2 miles an hour. This is the area. I guess he's in the highway. I guess there's traffic, rush hour right now. So yeah, he's moving. So
super cool.
Yeah,
so people that need some sort of income being generated but don't have money for cars or whatever, you're just supplying them.
Exactly. Because you could work a regular 9-to-5 job, right?
Yeah.
And get paid on an hourly.
Yeah.
This actually makes you become an entrepreneur. You work for yourself.
Right.
So I guarantee them you can make anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 per week. Who's going to pay you that, right? Yeah. But you need to work hard. You need to do anywhere from 10 to 15 hours per day. If you're willing to do that, you're going to make money. So all my clients, they're making over $1,000 a week.
I'll cue you up a little bit more.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with this idea?
Man, because I knew every single person needs a place to live.
Yeah.
You need a house.
Yeah.
Every single person needs to make money so they can provide food for their family.
Right.
So that's why I came up with this idea. I was like, hey, what are a few things? And I got the idea from Uber, Lyft. I'm like, hey, they're giving out cars. They have an opportunity. They have a platform they're giving out car.
Subscription-based models.
Exactly.
Something where you can actually subscribe to it, and then
Exactly.
you have the assets.
Cash flowing, yeah.
Cash flow positive.
Exactly.
So that's kind of why we got into real estate. Right. It's because everyone needs a roof above their head, right? You're either buying, you're either selling, you're either renting, unless you're homeless, and that's unfortunate if that's the case, but that's a very, very small demographic or population of people, right? So typically everyone's looking to buy or sell. So that's kind of why we got into real estate, because I think that's one of the most lucrative careers where the barrier to entry is lower, relatively lower. But if you can work hard and you can put in the hours, then it will pay you significantly more than even some doctors will earn.
Exactly,
right? I mean,
exactly, 100%.
Sort of the dollar per hour trade-off is significantly higher. And all you got to do is just educate yourself, be really, really good at what you do, and then just continue like putting the hours in, because it's directly correlated to the amount of hours you're going to put in.
Exactly.
So.
You'd be surprised. For rideshare, I was like, the barrier to entry was only $5,000, right? So when I was buying these vehicles, I was buying Toyota Priuses, Toyota Camrys, 2012 hybrid cars for $5,000, renting them out for $225, $250 a week. Within a few months, I got my money back, and after that, was just cash flowing.
Right.
You know. So.
And again, people might say that it's a depreciating asset, but again, if you're maintaining it, but then you've made so much money so quickly.
So I have my own repair shop, my own mechanic, so everything's just in house.
So so for people that are kind of your fans and have these questions, like break down the businesses, because you got your hands in so many things.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me even more. You're telling me you got repair shop, your mechanic shop, right? And kind of what we're doing over here, instead of like leaving money on the table, why don't we just start putting some sort of JVs together, and then we bring all the money in-house. That's why we have the title office. That's why we have the mortgage JVs, the insurance, the inspection. We're opening a couple other shops, the property management. So tell us a little bit more about like what sort of ventures or JVs that you have right now.
So everything started with wholesaling, right? And then I started dissecting everything in wholesale. I'm like, you need data. So I have my own data company. You need a marketing channel, right? Cold callers. So I have my own cold call agency. I have about 450 employees that work in Egypt. So I actually supply, and once you post checks and results and people see, hey, you're actually credible in the industry, and then once you get on big stages, like I've been on, and now you have an influence, right? So now I have people that follow me that want to learn how to do wholesaling. Right. So I provide them with data. I provide them with, callers, with my own CRM. So these are all different avenues, subscription-based models that I make profit from, right? Cool. Yeah. And then also have, ride share, fix and flip. We're also having a private equity that we're, drafting up with our attorney right now. Where we're going to raise capital and buy big MFRs,
Very
so
cool. Very cool. So that's where maybe we come in place now,
exactly.
Right? So how do we kind of collaborate now? You're looking for multifamilies, you're looking for possibly apartment complexes, 2 to 4, 5 to 10, 20 to like 50, 100, 200 units. What does it take for us to kind of work together? Because you're going to raise a lot of capital. A lot of it is 20-25% down. You're going to finance and leverage the rest of it on debt. What's important to you about partnership when it comes to finding real estate? You told me you got your brother, you got some of the siblings and family and whatnot as well.
So what we're doing with the private equity is Sharia compliant, right? So what it is we're raising capital from people that have the full amount. Suppose you have $50,000.
Right.
You're going to give us $50,000. It stays in a trust in the entity, right?
Okay.
As soon as we find that asset,
right.
then we disperse all the funds and purchase that property, and just wait for we buy it at a discount.
Right.
So what I'm buying, I'm pulling a list of MFRs, 15 units, 30 units, 50 units.
Dialing your company's dialing.
Exactly.
Egypt? Why Egypt? Why not Philippines? And why not these other companies? Right now, there's a hot topic in Pakistan and India. Of course, in Venezuela, there's a lot. There's a bunch in Mexico. Why? How do you think of Egypt?
It's a good question. I actually tried Philippines, right? Yeah. When I first started, I actually had. It's called online.ph, right? You get a Filipino virtual assistant, but the thing is you have to train them, and their English, their accent was just very heavy.
So the moment you get a click.
Exactly. Right, yeah. So, I feel like it's a contact sport. So the more contacts you make, the more contracts you make. But if the accent's so heavy, if someone gave you a call and someone has a heavy accent, it looks like a scam right away.
4 seconds. Yeah.
Exactly. So same thing with Pakistan. I'm Pakistani myself. I know you are as well, right? Their accent, same type of thing, But Egyptians actually have a phenomenal accent. Right? And the thing is, the people that we're hiring actually have a bachelor's degree. They have a 4-year, college degree, and people that we hire have a bachelor's degree in English. So it's level 4 English.
Wow.
Right? So, and the thing is, we even have doctors and lawyers working for us, because you make more money being a doctor than you are, in that profession.
Especially in third world countries or different parts of the world, right?
Exactly.
Where it's more of a government-based sort of sector rather than kind of the MDs and people that make money over here, which is almost private sector sometimes. That's how many people in Egypt right now?
About 450.
Are you traveling there? Are you personally going out there to like kind of keep? So who's organizing it?
So I have a CEO in position. I have a COO. I have a CFO. I have everyone in office. Oh, well, there it's because the currency is so messed up. It's $1 every 31 Egyptian pounds.
Wow.
You know, so it's like for 31 Egyptian pounds, for $2 you could survive a whole day there. You know, for 60, 70 Egyptian pounds, you could get breakfast, lunch, dinner. You could live.
That's crazy.
You know, for $2.
So you're not paying them $4 or $5 an hour either, like some people in Philippines.
Exactly.
You're getting a heck of a deal over there.
Exactly.
Who's doing quality control?
So how it is every 25 callers we have a QC, right? Quality control that manages 25 callers, and every 4 QCs we have AQM that manages the 4 quality people. So it's like a whole structure that we
network of that hierarchy. For people that are watching and they want to just they're curious. How'd you come up with the idea of Egypt? How did that even come up?
So I had an employee that used to be my acquisition, right? That used to be one of my closers for one of my companies, for my wholesale company. And I told him, hey, can you find me some cold callers? He said, yeah, of course I can. He brought me 2 callers, brought me 4 callers, brought me 10 callers. I'm like, hey, we're getting good results. We're doing
and
50.
they're all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're doing 50K months, 100K months. We're doing phenomenal. We're closing deals, and we do this at a national level.
Yeah.
And then I had people reach out to me, like, hey, can I get some cold callers? Where do I get cold callers from?
Yeah.
I'm like, I could find you some for X amount, So I used to sell them individually. Hey, give me $1,000, give me $500, I'll give you a caller. You train them. And then I started doing to where, hey, I could turn this into a subscription-based model where I train the callers because that's the headache. The main thing is they don't, as a realtor, you don't have time to train.
The biggest problem, right?
Exactly.
Like the sort of learning curve. People that follow you, and I know that, how many fans do you have right now, or followers, I should say?
200K throughout the whole all platforms.
200,000 across all platform. Biggest being Instagram, right?
Yeah.
About 80,000 followers on that. So you're an Instagram celebrity. You got the blue check and everything, right? Are you on those Instagram dating sites where it's like you gotta have like a blue check to even join, or are you?
I'm married, man. I'm a married guy. Can't be on that.
How old are you?
28.
28. So you got married young.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Let's talk about people that follow you. What's more lucrative? If someone's trying to like buy your course and whatever, where's there more money? Is it on flip side, or is it more on the
education?
Is it on the education side, or is it more on the wholesaling side?
So fixing and flipping is, I only get into fix and flip when I have capital, right? So what I do, wholesaling is where everything starts. ABC is where wholesaling is, right? And then after that, it's fixing and flipping, and then buying rentals, right? So you want to build capital, you wholesale. You wholesale 10, 20, 30 properties, build a few $100,000, and then you get into the fix and flip.
How fast can you build that 100,000 margin?
In wholesaling? It only takes a few deals. I build my 5 to 7 deals.
Wow.
5 to 7 wholesale deals, you make 100,000.
What's the smallest margin you've had, or where you've lost money?
Man, the thing about wholesaling is, this is not a real estate company. This is a sales and marketing company. As a realtor, as a fixer and flipper, you're doing with real estate. As a wholesaler, this is not a real estate company. You're doing sales and marketing. So what you do, what I usually teach people is, we're here to help the clientele. We're here to help the seller. Because these sellers are going through a distressed situation. They're going through tougher times than us, right? So it's like they're going to divorce, absentee, code violation, something's going on.
Foreclosures,
exactly.
Short sale, trying to get out of it.
Exactly.
Don't have enough equity.
Exactly.
Taxes sold, liens. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we come in and we try solving a problem. The reason why we get paid the big bucks is to solve a problem. Sometimes you make 10, 20, 30, even $100,000 on a deal, which I've made, right? Sometimes you make a few $100s. But the thing is, you're doing this to solve a problem. And what I see, once you solve someone's problem, God just blesses you with more checks.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a hot topic for some of your followers. So tell me, like, what's the smallest margin you've made, or what's the biggest loss you've had on a wholesale?
Man, there is no real loss, because in our agreement it states that if the property is in worse condition than expected, we could always back out. So if we're not making a profit,
earnest money either, or like the small kind of.
We never put our earnest money down. The buyer puts our EMD.
What's the biggest margin you've made? Like the biggest check that you've had?
On a wholesale, $102,000.
That's fantastic. How'd you celebrate?
Man, I took my family out. I actually bought everyone brand new iPhones.
Wow.
Yeah, I brought my whole family some stuff. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And then that's the hook right there, right? Then you just get hooked to it, and you're like, man, this is
it's addicting.
Like, I'm gonna keep doing it. But that's a lot. So in order to land that big deal, how many small deals, or how many dials, or how much work do you have to get to or through to like get to that?
So I've been doing this for 6 years.
Yeah.
So like my 4th year in is when I made a 6-figure pop on one deal. Before that, I was making 10, 20, 5, 6, smaller deals.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just gotta be consistent in anything that you do. And once you master your craft, then you start getting paid fairly well.
That's fantastic. Wow. So I'm an immigrant. So I'm not the first generation. So '05, and yeah, it's a lot of struggles, man. I mean, odd jobs, everything, having 2 or 3 jobs while you're going to college, while you're going to school, and making a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, financial mistakes, every single thing. And then again, that's kind of one thing that we let people know is when they come and join and then kind of see what we're doing, whether they're interns or whether they're just kind of testing it out, trying it out. The idea is that we allow them to kind of shorten the learning curve.
Right.
Because we made all the mistakes. So you don't have to go through that path and like do all the mistakes that we've done. I also am of the belief that we've got maybe a decade and a half left in retail real estate business as it is today. So really like try to take advantage of everything that we're doing.
Because BlackRock, they want to own, by 2030, they want to own 60% of all single family homes.
Well, that's a great point. And not only that, but people in Silicon Valley, they figured out how much money there is in real estate as middlemen, and they're just going to keep coming after it. I think the future is going to be some sort of direct to consumer.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially with AI and stuff.
Properties, but the median value, 230, 250, Chicago, median values, believe it or not, 250.
Yeah.
If you look at, kind of North Shore, it's about like 400,000 right now. So those median properties, it'll be a direct to consumer, something that'll connect the buyers with the sellers, and then there's a flat fee, something like you're talking about right now.
AI, man.
Right?
AI is
so
going to take over
future
something, yeah.
So, and again, we just want to take advantage of that, show people how it's done properly, take advantage of that, and then you got to diversify in different financial instruments, whether that's multifamily, stock portfolios, whatever the case is. So you just can't have only A income. You got to have, like you have, B, C, D. You got to have multiple streams of income.
Exactly. If one goes down, at least you have the other streams that are bringing in some money.
I think the fact is an average millionaire has about 7 streams of income coming in, right? So do you guys have your 7 streams? Let's find out. DM this guy and ask him how he does it. All right, get out of here.
No, I appreciate you, brother.
Of course.
It's really good meeting you.
Of course, dude. Proud of you, man. Killing it, dude.
You too, man. I used to look up to you. I still look up to you. When I was, because I know you were like one of the top performers for a decade now. So.